Now the distance at which these signaling molecules act, it also varies. Some act locally, that is in nearby region, and some can carry signals over long distances. So according to that, we have different types that we will study. The first one is paracrine. So these cells, it targets a nearby cell. You can see here two cells. This is the signaling cell and this is our target cell. So these two cells, they lie close to each other. So this type of cell allows the cell to locally coordinate activities with their neighboring cells. Next we have autocrine. A cell targets itself. So the same cell will target itself. So what happens? A cell it will signal to itself, releasing a ligand that binds to the receptors on its own surface. So this cell will release the ligand and the receptor is also present on the same cell. So it will target itself only. Next type is endocrine. So a cell targets a distant cell through bloodstream. So what happens? Here we will have a signaling cell and a target cell, and both of them, they lie at a very distance from each other. So when cell needs to transmit signals over long distances, then they often use this bloodstream, which will carry the signal to the target cell in a distant part of the body. So here you can say many hormones are transmitted through this endocrine cell signaling system. So if we have to target a cell, if we have to send some signals to a distant cell, we can the cell use this system, endocrine. Next we have, you can say, direct contact through gap junctions. So here what happens? The gap junctions, a cell targets a cell connected by gap junctions. So here what will happen? We have studied in cell part, two cells, they are connected to each other. So gap junctions in animals will be present, and in case of plant we have plasmodesmata, and these are tiny channels between the two cells, between the two adjacent cells, and that they can directly connect to their neighboring cells. So some small molecules and ions like calcium, they are able to move between the cells. So these two will be adjacent cell, the signaling cell and the target cell, they will be adjacent cell, and here through plasmodesmata or through gap junction they can communicate with each other. Now the receptors that are there, they can be of different types. So most signaling molecules, they bind to receptors expressed on the surface of the target cell. Another can enter the cell and bind to intracellular receptors. So there are a variety of receptors to which signaling molecules they bind. Some can be cell surface receptors, that is, the receptors will be present on the surface of the cell. You can see here, suppose this is our cell, the receptor will be present on the surface of the cell. Another example is intracellular receptors. Here the receptors will be present inside, not on the surface. So that is why we call it as intracellular receptors. The receptor is present here inside. So accordingly, we have a type of receptor called as GPCR, that is G protein coupled receptor. So this GPCR, they are large family of cell surface receptors. They are large family of cell surface receptors. These are linked to G protein, a type of protein called as G protein. And the members of this GPCR family, they have different proteins which will cross the membrane, and then it will transmit the signal inside the cell through a type of protein called as G protein. And this G protein is a guanine nucleotide binding protein. We have another group of receptors that act by enzyme linked receptors. These are also the cell surface receptors which are associated with enzyme. So they act by phosphorylating their substrate, that is protein, by leaving this tyrosine residue. So what they will do, they will transfer the phosphate group to a protein or the amino acid, or you can say the target cell. So they phosphorylate their substrate proteins at tyrosine residue.